Welcome to Scrapple TV.
Hello, I'm Joey Martini, and we are here at Dunellen, New Jersey. We are visiting a local artist who is also a musician and makes puppets. So come on in.
My mother used to always say, "Where the hell is he?" You know, and all through the years, I remember hearing her say a lot, "Ricky, go outside and play. Go outside and play. It's beautiful out." You know, but there were times where I just wanted to be home doing certain things. So I'd be home making things out of household items. You know, but here I go. You know, years later, I'm working with my hands, and I created all the puppet theater here. I like when my brain and my hands do something every day. Like relaxing isn't a physical state to me, like sitting down and doing nothing. It's doing something, you know, like I like to be moving and operating, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, when it comes to actually working with puppets, I have a friend named Chris Knight who I went to school with, and his uncle and grandfather were the founders of Nifty Puppets, who still work in Florida to this day, Stephen Knight. And they would do schools and everything, and they were like Henson-style puppets. He had this puppet theater and everything he showed me. He told me that you'd probably be good with this. So he showed me this theater. I was intrigued with an actual set-up puppet theater that you break down and the curtains open, and I was like, and that was it, man. I started making these glove-style puppets, and in 6 months we put our own puppet show together, and right here, where you're sitting right now, this was just a garage, and we did a free puppet show. And 130 people showed up out here in the driveway. The newspapers came, but during that time I had made one marionette just because I want, you know, while doing the other puppets, I wanted to try making a marionette, you know, puppets, and there was no element for this. You need a marionette stage to do that. They're two different setups, you know. So I had him and I sat him on the shelf for about 7 years. And then when Roxy and Duke's opened across the street here 3 years ago, I walked across the street with that marionette. And I'll tell you, the feedback I got, Roxy and Duke's is, you know, it's very theater oriented and it's very much a showplace rather than just a bar. And people that go there tend to like to, you know, they appreciate art. And I got such good feedback on that marionette that 3 years ago, you know, I brought that old puppet out and then I started making more, and now I got like 17, and it was because of going over there. I got all this good feedback. I just continued with the marionettes, you know. So that's kind of why I you know, started doing the puppets, for, you know, being serious about it. Jim Parks, he's right along the lines of what I like, you know. When he had that proscenium opening, I didn't know what a proscenium opening was or the name of it, but I knew I liked what I saw there.
I don't believe in fate. I think what's great is that Ricky, being the great artist that he is, he wasn't feeling like he had a place to really express himself. It was fortuitous of us to open right across the street from his house, where he had an opportunity to kind of display what he does, and with a gathering of people that I think kind of get it.
I'm flattered that he has me do some projects over there. So I love Roxy and Duke's. It's like my muse. The people there, the people that own the place, and the people that come in and out of it. I met so many great artists, you know. I just like to make them and perform with them. You know? I walk around with my marionettes. You know, I get on the train with it and I don't put it away. It keeps everybody around me 8 years old again. My goal would be to just be able to generate a living doing what I like to do and be able to have some room, you know? In September, the NFL on Fox came by. They were canvassing the area and they saw Styx. And me and Styx were doing our little thing and they stopped and says, "Hey, could we get a little 5-minute thing of you?" They set up this little rail camera and everything, and they filmed for 5 minutes and put their little brand out, and I had Styx leaning on it and everything. And 6 months later, I get a call, and what do you think the chances are you can make a marionette of Howie Long? And asked them how they want him to look. They said, I cut one of my own suits up because I didn't have any nice material, you know. And don't you know, we filmed the commercial and it aired at 3:59 on the day of the Super Bowl. I would love to be able to do that, you know, one day, you know, for a living. I have a thing though for wanting to give time to the seniors, the Alzheimer's, and the veterans homes for people. I don't want to do that for pay. I just want to do that and be able to survive, you know, doing shows. But I want to make sure I have time to do this stuff for them folks while they're still around. So I love bringing that stuff back for them. Doris Deether, this woman I met when I went to Washington Square Park. She's 85 years old. She'd walk around the park and she looked like the classic everybody's grandmother. And then she came back the next day and gave me some articles she'd written on marionettes and Bill Baird, who's a you know, very good puppeteer back from the, you know, a long time ago in New York. But I said, I'll make Doris in her likeness. And then I said, now I'll one-up her, you know? And I knew it would flatter her, but I didn't realize that it would enrich her life, you know, like it has. And then that would enrich my life, just knowing that, you know, we got this friendship now. And I thought that it would have been just between me and her, but her friend Tequila Minsky is part of the Villager News, and that thing went into the Villager, and then Humans of New York took the picture of it and put his story on it, or, you know, I don't, you know, that's the most I've ever had and didn't ask for any of that, you know? My puppies don't really talk, but their bodies say everything. And, you know, Larry, he does his kicks, and I have his pigeon, you know, with a magnet. You can put a pigeon, I made a pigeon for him, he puts it on his arm, and I can make him go down and kiss the bird, and he can show care. So just that little movement is just like, oh my God, it chokes me up just to think of him doing that, you know, and people see that and they go, oh, you know. That's why I make, you know, marionettes. There's an appreciation for the marionettes with the older folks, you know. I love to look back at things that bring back memories for me. So when I bring a marionette to somebody, they haven't seen it in so many years, and now a marionette is right there with them. And I've heard them say that. I've heard that, you know, I haven't seen one of these since I was a kid, and my mother bought one of these for me so long ago, and I lost it, and, you know, and I see this look in their face, and it's overwhelming sometimes, you know. I get caught off guard sometimes and get all a little messed up. I just end up falling apart. I'm like a mush. I tell my friends that, and I hate when I say it because I always go, well, usually those are famous last words, but I always tell them, if anything happens to me, you know, you could tell anybody that I fucking have been happy and I won the game, you know, because it's not about like the money that you have. I have no money to fight over, but my art is growing in on me, and, you know, I have a small place and everything is growing in, and if everybody came, there'd be a piece of something to take. And I struck gold with all my friends, you know, like, and it's not with money, you know, but it's with achieving a bank of fucking great friends and people that I know.
Good atmosphere he brings. He always brings on a good atmosphere.
He always was imagining what he was gonna do. He had a foresight back in the day, and people would look at him and say, he's crazy. I said, no, he's got a mindset. That's what he's gonna do. And he done it. Woo. And he done it. You see what he builds here? You see what he does? I knew you were talented from the get, bro. I knew it.
It's good fucking people, you know. So yes, I'm happy as hell. You know, I've been with my wife 24 years now, you know, and my wife, she is the stronghold, and now I'm exercising my art more, and she doesn't ride you about anything. She knows I'm out there, but she just lets me be out there and hopes for the best. You know, marriages, it changes, but you endure and you realize that there is happiness, and I am just, you know, yeah, I am, man. Oh my God, I cannot believe I exploded on you today.
We're used to the arts.